Tamara is an extraordinarily intuitive facilitator. She's not going to tell you necessarily what she thinks. She's going to really let you get to it on your own. And it was the freedom to be able to make those choices. And at the same time, she's going to push you to confront, to show to you that you have, well, this is what you're going to get if you don't take an action. And this is what you're going to get. We don't know what you're going to get if you do take an action, but what would be the next action? And so it's a very easy, playful, fun, straight up, no bullshit facilitation style. And there's a real authenticity there. So it moves with velocity. There's a lot of things that happen really quickly. What's so valuable is community. She really lets it happen in community. So whatever my breakthrough might be with regards to receiving, when I needed to have that breakthrough, that might have been my share, somebody else's, and somebody else's might have been what I needed. But it's like, it was very much a community dynamic, so it's not an egocentric facilitation. I don't know that there was anything necessarily surprising other than not knowing how it was going to unfold and seeing how easy it was. My personal circumstances this weekend while I've had the course, I've been dealing with some personal stuff and some family and rehab, and so I've gone to see them first before course and then I see them after course, and it still was easy. You know, whatever I needed to do got handled. And the love in the room was just extraordinary. And the people in the course really like cheered me on and stood for me and really were assistants in causing me to have the breakthrough that I was looking for having. Tamara's been one of my best friends for years. So I've known Tamara for years. And honestly, I thought she was a little out there, right? I was like, it's still weird. It's a little weird. So I never like knew Tamara, right? And in the last couple of years, I would see Tamara at like Gail functions, at my friend's birthday brunch or whatever. Like I would see Tamara. And I always enjoyed my interactions, but it was like, that's Gail's friend. And Gail and I have been in business for 5 years. And we have a very solid and a successful business. And there were areas in the business that we were stuck. And we couldn't figure out why. We just kept getting to the same place and not getting past it. And so Gail had suggested that I speak with Tamara and have a conversation with her. Yeah. And Gail was working with her on her own, doing work with Tamara in her own development. And it was really clear in the first conversation with Tamara that Gail and I weren't aligned on some stuff. And that in order for the business to have what it needed, we needed to be able to listen to the business and receive. So, okay, here we are with that receive thing again, right? But in one conversation with Gail, we got to the very bottom of what was at the immediate thing about what has us be not aligned and being able to listen to one another in a loving way. And so the difference in the communication that I've had with my business partner, who's my best friend for 20 years, in the last 6 months, there's been, and we met doing personal transformation work 21 years ago. So it's not like, oh, this is the first thing we've done. With all of that, there's more of a peace in my communication with Gail now than there ever has been. And it's more in sync and it's more loving and it's more, it's easy. It's easy. And it wasn't easy before. So that's the piece. Like I really took on, I want ease in my life. Yeah. And so everything comes from there. And if it's not easy for me, if I'm either gonna say no or figure out a way to make it easy. And that's how I'm gonna live my life. And what comes out of it is just a lot of happiness.